Hi guys, it's your girl Kennedy, and I'm back with another video. So I did my makeup really quick. This is actually supposed to be get ready with me, but I take so long to do my makeup. I feel like this is a relatively quick story time, but as you can tell from the title, it is a very scandalous one because I'm very open book, and I honestly am not ashamed about the situation. I feel like Sophia LaCourt, except the fact that I wasn't really that like all in her face, like knew her, right? So this is the story time about how one, my ex made me quit my job, and I said one of my coworkers. Well, that sounds so bad. And I knew the girl. but by technicality they were not together, so but it's still a shitty thing. Yeah, and this is actually one of the first times I ever done anything of the nature, anything of the sort. I've been trying to beat those allegations for so long, and then I ended up doing something relatively similar to the things that people accuse me of. So it's like, I guess you guys are right. I don't know. Like, at least it didn't happen to you. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so I am going to go ahead and tell you guys. So boom, I worked at Ralph Lauren around, like, it's already been a year since I had worked there. Like, this month would have, on November 2nd would have been marked the year that I had worked there. But yeah, my ex had made me quit because we were going through a breakup, and he was also talking to this like younger girl, and I thought it was like really fucking weird. And like we got into it at dinner, and it was like this whole big beef, right? But I'm not even gonna cover that because first of all, sue me. Second of all, I don't want another email, guys. So I'm literally fearing for my life. Blinking twice. Okay, so yeah. So boom, I had worked at Ralph Lauren. I started at the kids store. I honestly didn't really like the kids store, one because it was small, and two, the two girls I was working with specifically were like really fucking mean to me. And I actually ended up like getting back cool with one of the girls, but then I had wrote something on my note talking about my party, and I guess one of her, like her best friend, had took it up the ass, and they were like posting about it, like doing this whole thing, and I'm like, first of all, I'm not even talking about your party. It's the whole nother shit that's going on, like whole nother shit that's going on that y'all don't even know about. So it's real funny because I bet y'all did look at my party and was like, thought of it as like inspo. So I'm like, now I'm on you because bitch, what? Why can everybody just be different? But again, they thought my party was Y2K. So I have hello gloss on, guys. They thought my party was Y2K and it wasn't. I'm like, my party's just pink party. It's a spin on the microwave white party, and I'm just gonna make it pink, literally. So I'm like, okay, womp womp, bitch, like cry about it. And I was actually trying to like be really fucking nice, and she was like hella fucking rude to me, and I was like, girl, bye. And I ended up talking to the girl that I used to work with, and I was like the actual girl I used to work with, and she was like acting all cool, and then don't follow me, but left me as her follower. I'm like, oh girl, baby girl, I'm not your fan. Nothing that you post could ever make me a fan, Bookie. And I actually tried to be fucking nice to y'all. After you were mean to me for the months that I did work there. Girl boo. So anyways, I ended up switching to the adult store, which was in the same mall. So yeah, and I already had knew and like liked some of the people that worked at the adult store. So yeah. Basically the dude, I'm gonna call him Daniel, okay? Daniel, because it's very similar to his name, and I really want to name drop, but so Daniel, right? And this is just a fake name, guys. Nobody, I don't think anybody there named Daniel worked there. So yeah, basically I was like in the fitting room or whatever, and like near the big and tall department, and sometimes to women, like sometimes in women's too. So when I started working there, like I made like a lot of friends. Like there was somebody like named Renee there that I also trained with. There was somebody named Fernando that like I was cool with or whatever. And yeah, but honestly, like my coworkers, like they could have thought like, oh yeah, like Kennedy was cool, like she really like fucked with me. Like no, I didn't. Half of them I didn't even fucking like. I'm gonna be honest. Like I was always like annoyed working there because I'm like, damn, like y'all never shut up like on the mic or nothing. Like, and there was a lot of people there that did work there that did try and flirt with me, and they still follow me on Instagram and they still flirt with me. So I think like it's just so funny like what. But there was like a select few. Like I really fucked with Ronnie. Ronnie was hella cool. I like Drea, even though we're like we don't speak anymore. Like there's no beef, but we don't speak anymore. Tania was okay. I just felt like she just I don't know, like I really like she was like it fluctuated, but we hung out a lot, and I really thought she was like my like a cool friend. But when this whole shit went down, like it was weird. But yeah, I was like cool with like a bunch of people. Oh, I really like Chauffeur. I'm cool with Chauffeur. I'm cool with Emily. Like I'm cool with Odalis. Like Odalis is cool. But yeah, those are all their real names. But yeah. So when I first started working there, like not before that, there was like a fashion show like at the All Star meeting, and they wanted me to be in it because I was small enough to fit the kids' clothes. So I like wore like this cute skirt. I'm gonna put the video here. Ate that. But in another video from another angle, I can't find it, but there was somebody sitting in the front and they flipped it and they showed the boy Daniel, and he like his mouth was like low key like drooped open, and I was like, oh, like okay, cause like I've seen that, and I was like, oh, like cool. So I was like standing around talking to like random people that I didn't even fucking know, and they were like him and his group like came up to me, like his cousin and like other people, and they're like asking me, am I Salvadorian, da da da, and I was like, yeah, like I am. Like that's how I could like connect with people, because when I tell people that, it's always like, oh, really, because of my skin, right, and also my features, so nobody would really guess, right? So like I'm telling them like, oh yeah, where my dad's from, whatever, like boom. And like you can see him like low key like looking, and his girlfriend walks up. His girlfriend at the time like walks up, and she like looks at me like low key kind of sideways, and I was like, oh, like my bad, like you're making it known that's your man. Like I'm not even talking to him like that. I'm actually looking at his friend. I'm actually looking at his cousin actually, bitch. So nana boo boo. But I also had noticed that he was talking to, like not talking to, but I seen that maybe there was something between him and another person. So I was like, but anyways, I'm gonna just bat my eyes at your cousin because your cousin cute, but you cute too. So yeah, I thought he was cute or whatever. Like honestly, I did think Daniel was cute. Like I really thought bro was cute. So I was like, okay, but he low-key seemed like annoying. Like I don't know how to say, like he seemed annoying at the time. So basically, yeah, this was when I was still with my ex, my recent one, not Craig. So this is when I still with my ex or whatever. And yeah, so he like low-key picked up little stuff like of Daniel being interested in me, because he would walk through the store and like look at him talk to me. Like he was like, Daniel would be like walk inside the fitting room, he would like spin the hanger and like just sit there and talk to me, or like sit there on his phone and like just do anything to like just sit there and talk to me. And like my coworkers that I worked with in the fitting room noticed. They were like, oh, like he always follows you around, like he must like you, he has a girlfriend, he's being too friendly, he's all up in your face. And they like tried to make me feel bad for it. And I was like, wait, like that has nothing to do with me. Like yeah, I'm gonna be nice, like I'm nice to everybody. I'm not gonna sit here and be a bitch to somebody that clearly just wants to be in my face. Like okay, like whatever, like you could be in my face, like I'm not even tripping. And but again, it was like, okay, he had a girlfriend, so I did hold him at a distance, like because they worked in the same store. We all worked in the same store together, like we was cool. So before like I actually found a liking to him, like I let his girlfriend do my lashes because I never got my lashes done before. And she was like, yeah girl, like I'll do them. And she was like beginner, so I'm like, you know, I'm gonna support your business, like whatever. Because me and the girl were actually like really cool friends, right? So not really cool, but like we were cool like in work. Like I never was like, oh yeah, like girl, we should hang out, like nothing, never like that. Like but it was more so like, oh hi, bye girl, like you know. And then we follow each other on Instagram, and like you know, like I'd be cool with her, like she'll comment on my stuff, I'll comment on her stuff, like this little stuff. But then like, and again, like that can be considered a friend. So like I'm not even gonna downplay it, like yeah, I was her friend, like whatever. So she did this is long before like anything. So she did my lashes like twice. The second time I got them done, I didn't really like them because they were irritating my eye, and I think that's because it was wintertime and my eyes get really like irritated in the wintertime. That's neither here nor there. So yeah, like I never got my lashes done, my hair again after that. Not because she did a bad job, it's just because like I was just trying something. It wasn't something like permanent, like I'll keep up with, that I will fuck with. So, and I did overpay her also, so I thought that was like a nice thing, and I can be taken as like a friendly gesture, right? So so yeah, but then I remember like you can like see the tension between them two. Like they really stopped like hanging out, like being around each other. I'm like, oh, they must be going through something, like whatever. So one day, like when me and my ex were like done, the last thing he did for me was actually buy me alcohol to go to First Friday. And I was like, ooh girl, period. Like, so yeah, like I took the alcohol, whatever, like boom. So like we go to First Friday, and mind you, our job is right by First Friday. Like the North Premium Outlets, like it's right by First Friday. It's like a 6 to 10 minute walk, like from literally the parking garage down. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like I'm walking past the booth, and I see Alex. He worked at what the fuck was it called? It was called something where you can like custom, like you know, like sew like an emblem or anything into it. Like they can custom make shit for you, like out of the cable knits and regular tees, like whatever. So the custom shop. So I seen him, I was like, oh, what's up? And then I seen Daniel, and like he kind of walked in front of me, and I was like, oh, like hi, like what's up? And mind you, like I'm single, so I'm like, ooh girl, you're looking kind of good today. So like I was like talking to him, like chopping it up with him, and then like I was like, I extended my hand, like me, I'm not a friendly bitch, but like, I was like real friendly to him. So I was like, oh, like you want to walk like with my friends and like take shots with us? Like we got the biggie balls out tonight, like what? And he was like yeah, like let's do it, like whatever. And so like we're walking around, and like my sister and like her friends, like my friend Alize and everybody, like keep looking back because they're like, they know who he is. And they're like, oh, like they were like, he's being really flirty with you, because there was like one moment we're walking and he's like all up next to me. We're all up next to each other. I'm not gonna make it seem like one person. We're all next to each other, and like he like like I was telling him something, and he like leaned down like in my face, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, wait a minute, fine shit, wait a minute. Okay, I was like, hold on, like, wait, what are you doing? I was like, what are you doing? And I just kind of looked at him, like, finished my conversation. I'm like, you're all in my face. Like, luckily I have some gum in my mouth. You never fucking know, bitch. So I was like, oh, girl, what the fuck going on? So, yeah, like, we're walking, whatever. And, yeah, so basically I had ordered an Uber for my friends to get home because, well, for all of us to get home. But in the Uber Black, there was so many of us, like, deep that, because Abraham, my brother Abraham, and King, my actual brother King, and Alizé had parked at my house. So it was all like their whole group like together, right? And I had to get an Uber for like my half of the group because Abraham and them, you know, they were going too. And the Uber Black couldn't fit everybody. So I was like, oh shit, like, fuck. Like, what am I gonna do? I was like, you know what? Like, y'all go get the car. Like, it's down, like, we lived down the street from First Friday, like, at the Showboat Apartments. This is where I used to live at the time. So I was like, oh, like, fuck. Like, oh, like, y'all go in the Uber, grab the car, like, it's, like, 5 minutes away. You guys just come back and grab me, like, I'll stay right here. Or I'll, like, meet y'all somewhere. Like, I'll just continue walking around. Because I thought Daniel had wanted to stay. Ooh, oh, girl. Daniel had wanted to stay. So, yeah, so, boom. He was like, no, like, let me take you home. Like, I could take you home so that we can meet up with them. Like, it'd be fair. And I was like, okay, like, where you park at? He was like, oh, I parked at our job in a parking lot because it was just a walk down. I walked down with my friends, but I could walk back with you. So he goes to his friends, like, that are packing up and clearly see us getting ready to leave, like, together. And he was like, don't say nothing to, what's his name? Don't say nothing, like, don't say nothing. And I knew that's who he was going over for. And he was like, yeah, just don't, like, he told me, like, he told them, don't say nothing to her, like, cover for me. Like, say I'm taking, it was my friend Karina's cousin. She was like, oh, like, because he also worked there. Kevin. He was like, oh, say I'm just taking Kevin home. And Kevin was like, I got you, bro. Guys, so quick little editor's note. I was explaining it as if I already knew, but no, I didn't. I actually did not know why he was going over to his friends. It looked like that, like, hindsight, like, now that I know that information, but I didn't find out until the day we went to the mall, and he told me, like, how their whole exchange went and how his whole exchange with his friends went, and, like, things like that, and he didn't want me to, like, go to work and say that he dropped me off. Yeah. So I was speaking as if I already knew at the moment, which makes this whole situation worse, but I actually didn't. I had no clue. But I was like, what is he saying? Like, he's saying bye. But yeah, no, I just feel like you guys needed to know that because I misexplained. Sorry. I was like, oh yeah, he's just trying to cover tracks, like, for whoever. Like, I don't know what he's doing. So, like, mind you, y'all, I'm drunk, and, like, we're in a car, and, like, we're talking or whatever, like, everything's cool, like, we chopping it up, and the walk there was, like, cool or whatever, and, like, you ever feel, like, tension, like, oh, shit, like, I forget that you like me? I like, laughed my way into a situation, it was like, I flirted my way into a situation I did not really want to be in, so I was like, oh, like, okay, but whatever, but mind you, I'm drunk, I was, like, basically was like, oh, let's kiss, because I'm feeling you right now. Because I'm drunk. And, like, he was going to, but he was like, wait, I can't. I'll feel bad. I was like, oh, like, what happened? And he told me, like, he was still with his girl. I was like, oh, wait, I totally forgot about her. But mind you, I was drunk. I had peeped the fact that he was telling them to cover for him. And I was like, damn, like, that seems weird. Like, I was like, I don't want you to think I'm weird, like that. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was the vibe. So that was like a dumb moment, especially from coming out of a relationship. It was like, you don't really know cues no more because time has passed, bitch. Okay, it had been a year. So it was like, oh, fuck, like, damn, my bad. Like, I thought that was cute. Like, I'm leaning in and shit, and that wasn't the motherfucking vibe at the motherfucking time, okay? So, boom. So, like, yeah, he dropped me off at home, and I was like, bye. He was like, bye. He, like, got out of his car and gave me a hug. So, like, 3 days after that, like, because something had happened, and I had, like, called him, and I was like, hey, like, can you make sure nobody's following you home? Because, like, some bullshit went down. This happened, like, the day I pretty much got, like, robbed, and this whole thing happened. That's another story time that I'm going to tell. But, yeah, and, he was like, no, like, nobody followed me home. Like, are you good? Like, da-da-da. And, like, we talked about the whole situation, and he was like, no, I don't think you're weird. Like, he was like, you're just drunk. That's it. Like, That's it. Like, I'm not even taking the heart. I'm not good because I'm not even that type of person for real. I'm not even that type of person to get out there. I thought that was a motherfucking vibe though, but I was like, okay, my bad, my bad. So, so fucking like a couple days pass, and then I see like, first, I don't know how I got to his account or how I noticed, but I know I went on his account and I looked, and I was like, oh shit, oh, his profile picture went missing, and I was like, oh, what happened? I'm nosy, so I clicked this photo, his page, and I seen that his girlfriend's name and highlight was gone, like out his bio and like out his page, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, wait, like, what if I go to work and it be some bullshit? Because I had took some days off. So I text, like, I hit him up. I was like, hey man, like, is everything good, like, with you and your girl? Like, I don't hope it wasn't because of me. Like, that was a drunk decision. I'll apologize to both of y'all, like, for real, because that was fucked up. Like, what? So then basically he was like, no, like, everything's good. Like, we just kind of like, we were already like low-key falling apart because we used to get into it at work, which is true because I remember one time I was at the bathroom and I heard them arguing, and I was like, fuck, like, what? And I heard like from other, like, her friends, like, that she has a negative opinion about me anyway. It just made me not feel too bad for her because I'm like, you wasn't really fucking with me from jump anyway. So it's kind of like, maybe we're just both being fake. Like, who gives a fuck at this point? So yeah, he was like telling me like how everything was happening. He was like, yeah, because we were arguing, like, it was like she was like pressing my buttons, like making me mad type shit because of like the stuff that she was saying, and like she was saying really hurtful things to me, da da da. And I was like, damn, like, I feel bad for bro, like, that's fucked up. And he was like, yeah, like, she used to talk to like this barber dude, and like, I feel like I'm not as half as good as him. Like, it was like this whole thing, and I was like, oh shit, like, my bad, like, I feel bad for you. So then like, we were talking, and we were like talking about our days off, and he was like, oh, like, you want to hang out, like, let's go to the mall. I'm like, fuck yeah, like, I'm down to go shopping. Like, so I just went to Victoria's Secret. I didn't go nothing too crazy. I did buy some jewelry, but yeah, so like, I went to the mall with him, and like, we're like, everything's cool. Like, look, he was fitted down too. Like, I was like, oh girl, period, like, you was not playing about this. But we went to bring it back first. I didn't really see nothing that I like because, like, so like, it was like this whole thing. We went to bring it back, then we went to the mall, went to fashion. Yeah, did we go to fashion? Yeah, we went to fashion, and then we went to Chipotle like at night, and then he was like, oh, let's go get like $10 tattoos. I'm like, okay, cool. Which is where that one comes from, right? So the heart. So basically, he was like, we go to Coolsville or whatever, and I was like, yeah, like fuck it, like, let's get tattoos. So I got a tattoo with him that day, and that was really spontaneous, really fucking weird. And I was like, I've never done this before. Like, I don't have a matching tattoo, or like no tattoo I've got with nobody ever, bitch. So I was like, oh, what? So like, that was like a weird, like, I was like, why did I do that? Like, I still think like, what was going on like in my mind? But like, I'm a very spur of the moment person myself, so yeah. So basically, yeah, the night ended, like, he dropped me off at home. We ended up like kissing or whatever. Duh, like, what did you think? Like, I was like low key my prime back then. Like, I was getting mad bitches, because I was like single out of a very toxic and bad relationship. So I was like wilding out. Like, I was like, oh yeah, nigga, I'm about to have mad hoes, mad hoes, mad hoes, mad hoes. Like, what? So yeah. So then, like, a couple more days passed. Like, we start hanging out more to where it's like, I'm coming from, like, he'll get off earlier than me, and like pick me up to go to his house, and not to his house, to go to my house, and like, we'll like chop it up and chill at the house, and like, what else happened. Yeah, so that happened. Little, we got a little, no, a multiple occasions, but yeah, so that whole thing happened, and this is like a year. This is approximately, no, this is going to be a year. Is it? This is going to be a year that this happened since. So I just felt like it was okay to talk about now. So I mean, like, whatever. No, it was a year in, fuck, when did this happen? Oh no, it's gonna be a year in like March. My bad, guys. I keep thinking about the day I started. It's gonna be a year in like March, April, like March, like February, March, like wherever Easter is at, April, like that whole thing, right? Like March, like April, yeah. So yeah, so boom, like, we end up hanging out, and then Faye's birthday party had came up. I'm no longer friends with Faye, but yeah, this is the first time I ever met Faye, by the way, too. So it was her birthday party. So she invited me to my birthday party, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I have to move myself out again. Me, Daniel, and my sister, and my brother, not my brother. Just, oh, sorry, Alize. What the fuck? So me, my sister, him, and Alizé had all went. And like we're drinking, like this is the first time I ever got like drunk, like piss drunk, can't remember nothing. And I'm throwing up beside the club, and like I was just like, and basically like we had to go Uber home together, and I remember like I was throwing up. Like he took care of me when I was drunk, so I was like, okay, props to you. So clapping it up for him. But yeah, so he took care of me when I was drunk, like it was cool. But then like yeah, this whole thing happened, like it was weird. So yeah, and this was like about, this is the day before like we stopped talking completely, like because basically one of my friends that worked at the job that I confided in about the situation ended up telling the girl. Why did she tell the girl? Because she felt like, oh, she's a girl's girl, like she needs to tell her. But I was like, that's their business. Like if he's leading her on, then that's fine. I'm not looking to date the man because I'm not that interested in him. So I'm like, girl, you know what the fuck I got going on to like, because you feel bad for somebody else. It's not even your business or your place to say anything. So yeah, he ended up getting like cooked middle of the fucking store. Like she was like mad at him, like all types of shit, and it was like weird. I was like, ooh, like damn. But I wasn't working at the time, like there, like I was off. So I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna just quit, like because I'm not about to deal with all of that. Like no. So yeah, that's story time. And she like when she told her, like when that girl told her, like my friend at the time told his ex-girlfriend, like, oh yeah, he's talking to Kennedy. Of course I was gonna feel like a slap in the face because she already had a hunch that he liked me, but at the time I did not like him back. It was only the time I seen him at First Friday. So it was like really weird, like, you know? And yeah, so basically, that's pretty much it. Like, honestly, that's like it. Like nothing really happened. Like we were talking, and I was like, "Do you see how like that's dumb?" And then on top of that, like he was lying about certain stuff. Like if you're gonna fuck with me, just be open about it. Like at this point, like you can't hide from it, and you're not about to lie to sugarcoat to somebody because you want to save your own ass. Like you wouldn't have to save your own ass if y'all were just done. You know what I mean? But I wasn't looking to be with him or nothing. Like I couldn't see myself with like him. You know? So it was like I was just having fun, like out of my relationship, whatever. So yeah, basically he was he was like lying just about little stuff. I honestly forgot what exactly he lied about, but I know I clocked him for a couple of things because I was like, wait, you're not gonna sit here and like tell a story because like you feel bad for her, you want to save your own ass. Like if you care so much about relationship, don't be here with me. Like don't, because you've been sitting at my house, up at my house for days on days on days on days. Like you're always over here, like always over my house. So yeah, and like we would go like get like literally we would hang out for like hours. It was like weird, but yeah. So that's the story time on how that happened. Do I regret it? No, because it's like it was a stepping stone for me, honestly. And on, do I feel bad for the girl a little bit? But it's like, do I feel too bad because you already had an opinion about me? And it's like you were being fake to me first, so like really wasn't like. And when all that was happening, I was not smiling in her face talking to her because I'm like I can't live with that, to know that I'm talking like fucking on your ex and we work at the same place and I'm looking at you, looking at him, looking at me, looking at you. And he also would say like really outlandish shit about, because he made it very open, like made it very obvious, like he was always in my face. Like we were sitting in I was sitting in the break room one day and he was like, oh, are you coming home with me, like am I going to your house? And I was like, wait, what? Like you're saying this in front of managers that know this girl, that talk to her, because like we had chismosa managers and stuff like that. And I'm like, you're saying this like out loud. I was like calm down, like be quiet. And he was like, no, like, am I taking you home? Like, am I going back to your house? Or, like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? Like, we gonna get Dutch? Like, he's asking a bunch of questions. So, like, he was trying to make it known because it was like, oh, look at me, guys. But then it was like, then you want to say, like, how you gonna make it known, like, when she not here? And then just be like, not even, he wasn't even on his best behavior when she was there. Like, he was all in my face. Like, I was in the fitting room once, and, like, my coworker, Drea, was walking in, and he deadass, like, put his tongue, like, where my mouth was. And I was like, oh, why would you do that? And then also, like, we're on the fitting room and he has like one of the tables, and it was very noisy in there because we're in the middle of like a rush, right? And he was like talking in my ear and stuff like that, and he was like, he said something out loud like, oh, we can go in room number 2, because room number 2 was a handicap fitting room and it's like really big. And he was like, oh yeah, we could go in there, da, da, da. And he said something about bending me over the table, and I was like, and like Drea peeped it, but she acted like she didn't hear. But Drea peeped it, and she looked at me. She said, Kennedy. I go, what? Like, what? Like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, sis, news to me. The whole time I was talking to Dre about everything. I was like, girl, he just left my fucking house. And we played it like she didn't know. So I lied to him too, but because I was like, you're not about to come for my bitch though. Like, She may not be my bitch no more, but at the time she was my bitch. She never come for my bitch though, because I was confiding in my sis, and I also told Joe Jessica, who talks to nobody, so she knew everything play by play. And I was sending like her pictures of like where he was or like whatever. It was funny, y'all. It was real funny, but yeah, so that happened. Like I said, I don't really regret it. Like I feel like everybody could have did something different in the situation. But I don't really. I feel like this is my confessional. I really feel like everybody could have did something different in this fucking situation. So I don't really fucking care. But I would never do that again. Morality wise, that was terrible. But YOLO. But I've never done anything like that. So did that situation help me beat the allegations that people already had pinned against me? No. But in my head at that time, I was like, he took. So, baby, what do you mean? What do you mean? But now I'm happily in a relationship, and James looked and he got took. He had been looking though, and I can't wait to get that story time, because James, he went from like delusional to like determined and everything. Like he went from delusional to like that shit happened. So Delulu is a Salulu, and he need to tell that shit himself, because Buki, he really manifested, because we was friends for like 2 years, and like, you know, we was friends for 2 motherfucking years, and he had already had it in his head like, yeah, I'm gonna be with her. And I'm like, oh girl, period. So yeah, but I'm not talking about this person because I like them or anymore or miss them, because I see them here and there. Like I seen them last time I seen them was Altura. Last time I seen them was Maggiano's for Gia's birthday, in like September. And I thought it was so weird. I was like, where the fuck did he come from? Like, there's no bathrooms over here. And he didn't see me, I don't think. No, he definitely seen me. But I seen him, and Brooke was like, is that Daniel? And I was like, oh, what? And I was like, ooh, girl. And I'm standing here with this purple hair, like, wait, what? Like, I know for sure he seen me. And I was like scared low key, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is such a weird happenstance. But yeah, so that whole thing happened. Thank you guys for listening to my story time, and what a scandalous event that occurred. I feel like y'all gonna look at me like, bitch, never bring my nigga around you again. Like, guys, please, I'm not like that anymore. And I was not looking at him when he was taken. He was looking at me when he was taken, so go at him. So yeah, anyways, so I really appreciate you guys for watching this. I'm gonna do like a little scandalous series again, because I do so much in my life, and it's like, oh, bitch, I can tell you look like you would do something like that. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, thank you guys. Like, comment, and some motherfucking subscribe. Yeah, and I can't wait to do more videos. My Halloween weekend series went to shit because I was drunk the whole motherfucking trip and couldn't hold my fucking iPad, and we were really, really busy, and the plans were really set to like where I could like record, and like we're doing content, doing an event. It was a whole thing. But yeah, I had a time in San Diego, y'all, a time. So yeah, like I said, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys so much. Let me know what other story times you want to see or hear. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye bye.